What could Kim Woo-bin possibly have said about Shin Min Ah that left fans in absolute shock? Just moments ago, the beloved actor made a statement that has the entire K-drama community buzzing with anger and disbelief. What really happened behind the scenes? Let's dive into the full story with Hidden Korea. Right now, in a year already full of surprises in the Korean entertainment world, nothing could have prepared fans for the seismic shock that erupted when beloved actor Kim Woo-bin broke his silence and dropped an emotionally charged bombshell about his longtime partner, Shin Min Ah. The revelation, coming from one of South Korea's most private and admired couples, sent shockwaves across social media platforms and entertainment news outlets. For over 8 years, Kim Woo-bin and Shin Min Ah had been seen as the epitome of loyalty and resilience in the turbulent world of celebrity relationships. Their love story was celebrated not just for its length but for the emotional fortitude they displayed, particularly during Woo-bin's grueling battle with nasopharyngeal cancer in 2017. Min Ah had stood by his side, rarely leaving it, earning praise as the image of devotion. That image is what made Kim Woo-bin's recent statement all the more startling. The news broke during a press conference organized to promote Kim Woo-bin's upcoming drama, Shadow of Silence. Midway through what began as a routine Q&A with reporters, Woo-bin shifted the atmosphere with a sudden emotional turn. His voice cracked slightly as he said, "There's something I have kept quiet for too long. It's time I speak, not as an actor, but as a man, a partner, human being." What followed was a 12-minute monologue, raw, intimate, and vulnerable, detailing the emotional distance that had grown between him and Shin Min Ah. He revealed that the relationship, while still respectful, had lost its original warmth and that they had been quietly on a break for several months. Min Ah is a remarkable person, kind, patient, strong, but we have changed. What we needed when we first met, we no longer give each other in the same way. Fans, journalists, and even his own PR team sat in stunned silence. To understand the magnitude of this revelation, one must revisit their journey. Kim Woo-bin and Shin Min Ah first met in 2015 during a photo shoot for the clothing brand Giordano. Sparks flew almost immediately, and by July of that year, they confirmed their relationship to the public. A rare move in the highly private world of Korean celebrities. Their romance was characterized by quiet strength rather than flashy public displays. When Kim Woo-bin was diagnosed with cancer in 2017, Shin Min Ah halted her projects to support him through chemotherapy and radiation. Their loyalty became an emblem of genuine love in an industry often marred by scandal and fleeting connections. The couple kept a low profile, rarely appearing together in public but often alluded to each other in interviews. Fans held their breath for an eventual wedding announcement. Instead, they got a breakup, or something close to it. In minutes of the press conference, hashtags like #Kim Woo-bin, #Shin Min Ah, and #What happened to the perfect couple trended across Twitter, Instagram, and Korean platform Naver. Reactions were emotionally intense and often polarizing. "I feel like I've been lied to for years," one fan wrote. "They owe us nothing, but why does this hurt so much? Maybe celebrities should stop being idolized as perfect partners." On fan forums like the Coup and Pan, threads exploded with speculation. Was there a third party involved? Did Shin Min Ah want marriage and Woo-bin didn't? Was it burnout from years in the public eye? Rumors spun fast and wild. In the absence of detailed answers, the public filled in the blanks with often outlandish theories. Paparazzi photos of Min Ah leaving a restaurant with another actor, a former co-star, were reinterpreted as signs of infidelity. Woo-bin's sudden emotionality was picked apart frame by frame in slow-motion reaction videos. The most viral conspiracy? That Shin Min Ah had secretly broken up with Woo-bin months ago, and he had held on to hope until now, making the announcement more of a public heartbreak than a mutual statement. But in the days that followed, Shin Min Ah's agency released a short, carefully worded statement. Shin Min Ah and Kim Woo-bin have decided to take time apart to reflect on their relationship. They remain close and supportive of each other. No third parties are involved. These fans respect their privacy. The message was clear but offered little closure to a public hungry for more. News outlets from Dispatch to Soompi, and even international ones like People magazine and BuzzFeed, picked up the story. It wasn't just about celebrity gossip, it became a reflection of modern love, expectations, and the fragile idealism fans often attach to stars. Social commentators began dissecting the fan reaction itself. What we're seeing is not just shock at a breakup. Social critic Lee Ji-un noted in a column for the Korea Herald, it's the grief of disillusionment. We built the relationship into a fantasy. Reality shattered that illusion. Many fans began posting apology videos or notes, some to Kim Woo-bin, others to themselves, for caring too much. It was a moment of collective heartbreak and self-awareness. Was it the fame, the pressure? Something deeper? Some analysts pointed to the intense scrutiny both stars have lived under for nearly a decade. Others blamed the long-term effects of Woo-bin's illness, not physically, but emotionally. There's drama in facing mortality at a young age. Psychologist Kim Sok-yeon explained on a radio show. Often, those who survive major illness emerge with a changed sense of self. Relationships may no longer fit the new identity. Indeed, Woo-bin hinted at this in his statement, when you're fighting to survive, your world becomes small. When you recover, it becomes huge again, and not everything fits the same way. In the immediate aftermath, eyes turned to Shin Min Ah. For over a week, she refrained from public appearances. No new photos, no social media updates, no interviews. Her absence only fueled speculation. Fans were divided. Some saw her silence as dignified, a sign of grace and maturity. Others read it as emotional distance, even coldness, particularly when compared to Woo-bin's vulnerability. It wasn't until day 10 that Shin Min Ah broke her silence through a letter posted to her fan cafe. It read in part, "Love, no matter how deep, sometimes needs space to breathe. I've cherished every moment with Woo-bin, and still do. This is not about blame. It's about growth, his, mine, and ours." The letter was gentle, introspective, and heartbreakingly poetic. But it didn't give the closure fans so desperately craved. This a breakup? A pause? Or the prelude to something else? Public polarization, Team Woo-bin versus Team Min Ah. Online discourse grew increasingly divided. On TikTok and Instagram Reels, edited montages of Kim Woo-bin crying during past interviews were paired with sad music and captions like "he deserved better." Meanwhile, others posted clips of Shin Min Ah supporting him at award shows with hashtags like #ride or Die Queen. Some of the more toxic corners of the internet devolved into character attacks. Rumors spread like wildfire. Shin Min Ah was seeing someone else. Kim Woo-bin had commitment issues. Neither claim was verified, but the damage was done. A prominent YouTuber, @SeoulCelebT, even ran a poll. Broke the relationship. Shin Min Ah, 43%. Woo-bin, 21%. Both, 36%. It was absurd. It was invasive. And yet, it reflected a deep human need to make sense of pain by assigning blame. The cost of this spotlight, living under surveillance. Incident forced a broader conversation in Korean media about parasocial relationships, the phenomenon where fans feel emotionally attached to celebrities they've never met. Dr. Han Yo-jin, a media psychologist at Yonsei University, explained in an editorial. Project their ideals onto public figures. When those figures break from the narrative, by making mistakes, or simply changing, fans often experience a sense of betrayal. But celebrities are not characters in a fan fiction, they are real people with real evolution. Both Kim Woo-bin and Shin Min Ah had time become symbols. He was strength through illness, she was loyalty in the face of adversity. Their love was the bomb fans turned to during personal storms. That story shifted. The grief was very real. Media's role, comforter or provocateur. The role of the Korean media also came under scrutiny. While some outlets like the Korea Herald and JTBC took a restrained tone, others reveled in the chaos. Tabloid site Dispatch reportedly camped outside Shin Min Ah's home, attempting to get exclusive photos. Anonymous friends of the couple gave conflicting quotes to the press. One viral op-ed from the Seoul Times read, "Maybe we love them too much. Simple sentence captured the cultural phenomenon in its essence. The media had turned a relationship into a national narrative, and now it was coming undone in front of everyone. Celebrity culture, a mirror to ourselves. Beyond the drama, this bombshell forced many to confront how celebrity relationships serve as emotional proxies for their audiences. The story of Kim Woo Bin and Shin Min Ah wasn't just about two people. It was a myth we collectively helped create. It was about hope, endurance, beauty and hardship. When that myth cracked, so did something in all of us. The fan response, grief, healing, and growth. In an unexpected turn, fan communities started evolving. From outrage came empathy. One major Shin Min Ah fan group hosted an online event titled Letters of Gratitude, where fans wrote open letters to both stars thanking them for sharing their love. A particularly moving excerpt read, "Don't owe us forever, you gave us years of warmth. That's enough." These messages marked the turning point. No longer centered on blame or sadness. Shifted the narrative toward gratitude and acceptance. The celebrity statement era, a new trend. Woo Bin's choice to share his feelings directly, and emotionally, signaled a change in how Korean celebrities handle public scrutiny. In the past, such news was often managed through agency press releases, but Woo Bin's vulnerability set a new precedent. Analysts predict we may see more stars opting for authenticity over polish, choosing to speak from the heart rather than hide behind statements crafted by PR teams. Whether this is sustainable remains to be seen. The cost of honesty in the spotlight is high, but for now, it feels like a breath of fresh air in a tightly controlled industry. What comes next? The rebuilding phase. Neither Woo Bin nor Shin Min Ah have confirmed whether they will get back together, or even stay in touch. What we know is this: they've begun the process of self-rebuilding. Kim Woo Bin is reportedly in therapy and spending time with close friends outside of Seoul. Shin Min Ah has returned to painting, an old passion she rarely talked about publicly. Both have postponed upcoming projects to focus on personal well-being. Their decision to step back, rather than perform resilience, is a lesson in itself. Fans reclaimed their narratives. In a beautiful twist of poetic justice, fans have started writing alternate endings to the Kim Woo Bin, Shin Min Ah story, not out of denial, but as a creative outlet for grief. Fiction writers on AO3 and Asian fanfics are penning tales of reconciliation, letters never sent, night dinners in Jeju. These aren't delusions, they are expressions of emotional continuity. As one writer put it, sometimes, we need fiction to understand truth. Lessons from a modern love story. So what do we take from all of this? That love changes, that people grow apart. Doesn't mean the love was any less real. That putting anyone, celebrity or not, on a pedestal is a setup for heartbreak, and maybe, just maybe, that it's okay to let go. Kim Woo Bin and Shin Min Ah gave the world 8 beautiful years of shared life. That's more than many people get even in private. Story may not end in a fairy tale wedding, but it is no less powerful. In fact, its ending may be what makes it human. Final word, a thank you to 2 brave souls. As we close this chapter, we remember them not as celebrities who disappointed us, as people who shared their light, even when it dimmed. To Kim Woo Bin, thank you for your honesty, your courage, and your tears. To Shin Min Ah, thank you for your loyalty, your strength, and your grace. To both, thank you for reminding us that love, even when it changes, leaves behind something precious. And to the fans, remember, the heart that breaks is the one that truly